Assalamu alaikum. The Quran in Arabic is glorious because of the masterful use of Arabic language. We can only get the true message if we are familiar with Arabic language. Let us start today's lesson. Today, inshallah, we will study ayat number 72 to 82 of Surah Al-Baqarah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
وإذ قتلتم نفسا فادارأتم فيها والله مخرج ما كنتم تكتمون.
And remember when you killed a person and you quarreled about it and Allah brought to light what you were concealing. In this ayat, Iza, we have a lot of time discussed. It is used in the beginning of the sentence and it contains the object of waskuru, which means remember. Faddaratum, this is form 6. We will see it later on a little bit because there is a lot of change in it. As I discussed before, that now the red color will be showing what type of form it is. It is basically ta and alif being added, but there is a change in this. We will discuss this. Mukhrajam, this is form for active participle. Actually, this means you bring something. So Allah brought to light what you were concealing. Faddaratum, this is second person masculine plural form 6. In form 6, over here dara hamza is written like this and hamza is also written like this. This is with the kursi of alif. We will discuss it with this. Form 6 is formed by prefixing ta to form 3. In form 3, alif is added after the first radical. So after the first radical, alif has been added. And then ta is fixed before the first letter. If the first letter is da, za or za and it is joined by a letter, then extra ta changes to dal. So this makes it the dal as with the tashaddud. And this verb denotes among other things the following: reciprocal action, pure maturity. Sa'ala, he asked, form 6. Tasa'alan nasa, the people asked one another. So there are at least two subjects involved in this case, as we have seen above. They quarreled. So there is the reciprocal action between at least two people or more than two people. And another important thing in this one is the pretended action. He pretended to be sleeping. These two things are in form 6. Today we are going to also again revise. The Arabic verb has 3 forms: the past tense, perfect verb, which is called madi in Arabic. The present and future tense are together. We call it imperfect verb, which is called mudare in Arabic, and the imperative verb, this is the verb which is order or command, which is called amr in Arabic. Today we just discuss the perfect verb, which is the past tense. In the past tense, it doesn't change. It will remain always the same. Now the third person, feminine and masculine, the third person who are not present in front of you. Fa'ala, in this pronoun he is hidden in it. And over here, alif is the pronoun. This means they too. And fa'alu, this means they all. This is the plural. In Arabic, there is singular, dual, and plural. And this is for the masculine. And for the female, fa'alat, the pronoun she is hidden in it. Over here, ta for two and noon for all, feminine, is the pronouns. Second person, ta, tuma, tum, ti, tuma, tunna. These are all pronouns. And for the first person, tu, I did, and na, we did. This will be always same when they are attached pronouns to the fail. So if you once remember it, then you will be very easily be whenever it appears, you will know it that when ta comes, it is masculine, singular, second person. So just try again to read it. The PDF will be attached. The remaining imperfect verb and imperative verb we will discuss later. Ayat 73.
فقلنا اضربوه ببعضها كذلك يحيي الله الموتى ويريكم آياته لعلكم تعقلون.
So we said, strike him with part of her. Like this, Allah brings to life the dead, and He shows you His signs, hoping that all of you will understand. With her part means the man who was killed should be hit with the part of the cow which was slaughtered, and then when it was hit with the part of the cow, the dead became alive, and he told the name of the person who killed him. And this is how Allah shows His sign, hoping that all of you will understand. Form 4 has been used. This is Mudare form 4, in which the Hamza is dropped. This is also form 4, Yurikum. La'allakum is used for hope. Yuri is form 4, imperfect verb. And in the imperfect verb, as it is 4 letter, so it takes a dhamma. And from ahya, ya, imperfect verb should be this, but this hamza is dropped, so it becomes yuhiyu. And then this is for the sake of pronunciation, one ya is dropped. Yurikum, again, same imperfect verb of form 4, and hamza is dropped in the form 4. Form 4, he made himself to do or perform an action. So the action is being performed by someone. In this case, the action was that you take the part of the cow and hit the dead. La'allakum, la'alla is used for hope or expectations, and apprehension and fear. Here it has been used for hope. Ayat 74.
ثم قست قلوبكم من بعد ذلك فهي كالحجارة أو أشد قسوة وإن من الحجارة لما يتفجر منه الأنهار وإن منها لما يشقق فيخرج منه الماء وإن منها لما يهبط من خشية الله وما الله بغافل عما تعملون.
Then your hearts stiffened after that, so they were like stones or even harder in stiffness. And indeed from the stones there are certainly some that from which gush out the rivers, and surely some of them certainly burst and water comes out of them, and indeed from them certainly is that which fall down for fear of Allah, and Allah is not unaware of what you do. Now, in this I would emphasize first on the letter La, which is used for emphasis, and Inna, this is also used for emphasis. In this one, You see emphasis yatafajjaru, which gush out the water. Form 5 is which makes that there is some change in the thing. Over here, from the stone, they gush out rivers over here. And yashakaku, they burst. This is also form 5, burst out water from it. And inna and na, these two are used for emphasis, which has been used all over here. This shows how important this ayat is. If you understand that some stones, river comes out, with some stones they burst and the water comes out, and then there are stones which fall because of the fear of Allah, khashiyatullah, and Allah knows, is all aware of what you are doing. Form 5, in this form 5, ta is added to form 2, and in form 2 the second radical is doubled. So you add ta before the first letter, so it becomes tafajjara. Same over here, tashakkaku, shakkaka, and tashakkaka. There is a change over here because sheen, ta has been changed to sheen over here. Form 5, this form has the meaning of he made himself or he made something undergo an action. And over here it is used to undergo a change. Gush out water from the stone, burst out water from the stone, and then they fall down because of the fear of Allah. Ayat 75.
أفتطمعون أن يؤمنوا لكم وقد كان فريق منهم يسمعون كلام الله ثم يحرفونه من بعد ما عقلوه وهم يعلمون.
Do you expect they will believe you while there is already a group of them who hear the words of Allah and then they alter it after they have understood it, while they know what they are doing? Qad is for emphasis again. It's something which you say certainly. Yuminuna, form 4. Hamza has been dropped because it is fail mudari. Yuharrifunahu, this is form 2, which is used for reasoning and intensity. So they alter after they have understood. And just a revision, most Arabic verbs, they are 3 letters, and they are denoted as fa and lam, with the verb called fa'ala. A verb consisting of 3 radicals. There are certain changes in it. A verb may be either mujarrid or mazid. When to a 3-letter verb or a 4-letter verb, add extra letter or letters is added, they modify the meaning. There are 9 forms of 3-letter verbs, and there are 3 forms of 4-letter verbs. We will revise, which we have been seeing it for quite long now. Form 2, and kalma is double, and in form 3, alif is added after the first letter. In form 4, hamza is added before the first letter. Form 5, it is form 2 plus ta is added before fa. Form 6, this is form 3 and ta is added to form 3. In form 7, alif noon is added before the first letter. In form 8, alif is added before the first letter and ta is added after the first letter. In form 9, alif is added before the first letter and the third letter is doubled. In form 10, alif sin ta is added before the first letter. Form 4, Yuminu. Hamza is added, and it gives the meaning of himself doing or performing an action, reflects a quality. He made himself do something, transform to a place or a state. Form 2, this is makes the message stronger or more intense. This is form is causative or intensive. Ayat 76.
وإذا لقوا الذين آمنوا قالوا آمنا وإذا خلا بعضهم إلى بعض قالوا أتحدثونهم بما فتح الله عليكم ليحاجوكم به عند ربكم أفلا تعقلون.
And when they meet those who believed, they say, we believed. And when they meet in private with one to other, they say, do you tell them what Allah has disclosed to you so that they can argue with you about it before your Lord? Then why do you not understand? Over here, actually, Allah has already disclosed to them the truth, and they know the truth. But when they meet with the people who believe, they say, we believe. But when they meet with each other, they decide to not to tell the people what Allah has disclosed to them. Aminu, Form 4, Amanna, Form 4, Atuhaddisunahum, Form 2. Over here, this Hamza is for questioning. Lihajikum, this is Form 3. Alif is added after the first verb. Wow, this wow is used for plural. Wherever you find wow, this means it is plural. Taqilun, aminu, qalu over here, tuhaddisunahum, yuhajjukum, they are all plurals. And they are also called, with wow is also a sign of nominative, that it is marfu. Luhajjukum, this is Form 3. Form 2 and 4 we have already discussed before. Form 4 is personal action, and Form 2 is intensive or causative action. Luhajjukum, this is Form 3, which the action is performed on someone. That is, they can argue with you. There are two people involved in it. Form 3, alif is added to the first letter, and this is form is action is performed upon someone else. Someone or something else is present in the action. Ayat 77.
أولا يعلمون أن الله يعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون.
Do they not know? Indeed, Allah knows what they hide and what they disclose. So remember, nothing can be hidden from Allah. Form 4 over here used both are mudari, the imperfect verb, present and future tense. R over here is double, but this is not for Form 2. This is mudaf. When two ra came together, it becomes ru. Ayat 78.
ومنهم أميون لا يعلمون الكتاب إلا أماني وإن هم إلا يظنون.
And among them are illiterate ones who do not know the book except for desires, and they do nothing except they are assuming. uh, all the verbs will be in green color. So when doubling of ya, or even over here is coming, if it is not red, then it is not form 2, it is mudaf, as I discussed it in the previous uh, ayat. Illa is mustashna, exception. Over here also exception. There is another illa which is restricted particle, and that is of this color. So the colors in the ayats are very important, and later on you will be able to identify, inshallah. Ayat 79.
فويل للذين يكتبون الكتاب بأيديهم ثم يقولون هذا من عند الله ليشتروا به ثمنا قليلا فويل لهم مما كتبت أيديهم وويل لهم مما يكسبون.
So woe to those who write the book with their hands, then they say this is from Allah, so that they sell it for a little price. Woe to them for what their hands wrote, and woe to them for what they earn. So basically they are doing very bad things. So, something you do which leads really a big punishment. La yashtaru, this is form 4, being from La yashtaru, this is form 8, and it is from mudari in a imperfect word. Ta is the sign, alif has been dropped from here. Lam, this is the lam of purpose. There is reasoning for that they write and then they sell. The rest of they sell for a small price. Ayat 80.
وقالوا لن تمسنا النار إلا أياما معدودة قل أتخذتم عند الله عهدا فلن يخلف الله عهده أم تقولون على الله ما لا تعلمون.
And they said, the fire will never touch us except for numbered days. You say, have you taken a covenant from Allah? For Allah will never break his covenant. Or you are saying about Allah what you do not know. We also say the same thing. The fire will never touch us except for numbered days. Just think about it. Lan, this is used for that something is never going to happen, so the fire will never touch us. They are saying ayyam maduzat, except for few days. Form 8, takhastum, alif has been dropped because this hamza, which is for questioning, is appearing over here. Yukhlifu, yukhlifallahu, yeah, this is form 4, and Allah will never go against the ahad or the promise which he has done to you. Lam and lan, these are the two negative particles which are used, and you will have to slightly feel importance because they are slightly different. Lam, although it comes with the imperfect verb, but it turns the meaning into perfect verb. And learn, this is it turns the imperfect word for future tense only, in meaning that in future this is not going to happen at all. At-takhastum, this is second person masculine plural, perfect verb from form 8, although there should be alif over here, and in form 8 actually it has been dropped. because Hamza is coming over here. Interrogative Hamza is coming over here, and it is refers to make oneself do something with some effort and getting something done for oneself or via someone. Ayat 81.
بلى من كسب سيئة وأحاطت به خطيئته فأولئك أصحاب النار هم فيها خالدون.
Oh yes, who earned a sin and he is surrounded with his sins, so those will be inmates of the fire, and they in it will abide forever. Now you see over here, Allah is all the kafirs, all the disbelievers will be inmates of fire and they will abide forever there. But now over here, Allah is talking about the sins. Whoever earned a sin and he is surrounded with a sin, whether he is a believer or a disbeliever, those will be inmates of the fire. They in it will abide forever. So be careful. There are ayats which talks a lot about what we against what we talk. Like for instance, we will be in the fire for a few days and then we will come back. Just think about it. Ayat 82.
والذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات أولئك أصحاب الجنة هم فيها خالدون.
And those who believed and did good deeds, they are inmates of paradise, they in it will abide forever. So two things, you have to believe in Allah and the last day and the Rasul, and you did good deeds. So if you did good deeds, you are inmates of paradise, inmates of fire. But if you did sins and you are surrounded by the sins, then you are inmates of fire. So this is very clear message from Allah. Alhamdulillah, we finished our lesson today. The PDF file link is there in the description. Click on it. It will generate a request for access. Click on the request, then the message will come to me and then I will give you the permission. The PDF file is very important. It has got a lot of information. Please read to really understand the language.